here. Welcome back to another episode of Gold Coast Beamer's Garage. Memorial Day is coming up, so I thought we'd share a recipe that we make and that we enjoy and that you might want to take advantage of making this weekend and possibly serve it to all your friends that won't be coming over this weekend. And we call it Colonel Tom's Chicken Salsa Salad. Chicken salsa salad. And as you might imagine, there's chicken and there's salsa and there's salad involved in it. So the first thing we're going to do, we have 4 boneless, skinless chicken breast halves. You know, this is not a breast and that's not a breast, it's a half and a half. Anyway, I've got them in a Ziploc bag, and what we want to do is we want to add a little olive oil in there, just enough to coat them. Okay, and then we're going to add some key lime juice. Now, we were fortunate enough to have a key lime tree named Bubba, and Bubba used to put out a lot of key limes. We always had fresh key lime juice, but Bubba unfortunately ran into Irma, and that was the end of Bubba. So now we have to go to Publix and we have to buy it. But a word of caution, when you go to Publix, you'll see a couple bottles of different lime juice in there. You'll see one that says Key West lime juice. Okay, that's not key lime juice, that's lime juice. Could be Kentucky lime juice. What you want to buy is Mrs. Biddle's Key West key lime juice. That's the key lime juice. So we're going to add some of Mrs. Biddle's key lime juice in here. Oh, how much? Oh, about that much. And we're going to zip it back up. Going to massage it around a little bit. And then we're going to set it aside and let it get happy. And that needs to marinate for maybe 20-30 minutes, no longer than that. Then we're going to throw them on the grill. But while we're waiting for them to marinate, we're going to make the salsa. Now, the salsa has just a few ingredients, very easy to make. And the first ingredient is a half a cup of your favorite salsa. Now, by the way, we'll have all the ingredients at the end of the show, so you don't have to worry about writing them all down. But this is one we particularly like, La Mexicana. You can get it in the refrigerated case at Publix. It comes hot, medium, and mild. So we're going to start off with a half cup of salsa. Now, you want to get a nice chunky salsa. Yeah, move on in here. You want to get a nice chunky salsa. You don't want one of those salsas that is all tomatoey and thick like ketchup and is made in New York City. So we're going to have a half a cup of this. This is a quarter cup, so I'm going to take 2 of these. Okay, in it goes. Put that right there for a minute. And that's our salsa. To that, we're going to add a half a cup of olive oil. So, here we go. You may think that's a lot, but it's not. There's 1 quarter cup. Here we go again. Another quarter cup. Okay, let's put that aside for a minute. And by the way, this is a recipe that you can make ahead of time and put in the refrigerator, and actually, we think it's better the next day. It's a bit like revenge. It's a dish best served cold. So you can serve it hot as soon as you get the chicken off the grill and we get this all done, or you can put it in the refrigerator and have it the next day. The next ingredient we have is a half a cup of chopped mild onion. Now it could be a sweet onion, a white onion, maybe a Vidalia if they're in season. But we'll just put in our half a cup of onion. Put a little more if you like onion, or a little less if you don't. Okay, then we have a half a cup of chopped celery. So we're going to put that in there. Actually, I said a half. The recipe calls for a 1/3 onion and a 1/3 cup of celery, but I like them both, so it's usually a little closer to a half for me. Okay, the last ingredient, or next to the last ingredient we're going to put in the salsa is cilantro, fresh cilantro. Now, to some people, cilantro tastes like soap, believe it or not, and it has to do with some genetic issue. And if you happen to be one of those people, you can just not add the cilantro in and maybe just add a tablespoonful of palm olive dish soap in there. It'll taste just the same. Anyway, so we're going to put in our cilantro. That's 3 tablespoons of chopped cilantro, also known as coriander, I believe. So we'll stir that up. And the last thing we have is 3 tablespoons of white vinegar. So we're going to add that in. And we're going to mix that up real good. Get that nice and happy. Now, this recipe is going to require some salt, but I usually wait until I combine this with the grilled chicken before I salt it. So we're going to let this sit here a little bit, and it's going to get happy. We're going to go fire up the grill, put the chicken on the grill, and we'll be back when the chicken's done. All right, friends, we're back. I took those chicken breasts, I put them on the grill, sprinkled a little bit of salt on them, grilled them up, took them in the house, and I chopped them up into kind of bite-sized pieces. So this is what we've got for our chicken. And now all we really need to do is, oh, by the way, I meant to mention, if you remember when we did the recipe for the 4-ingredient chicken, we had that fly flying around. And I want you to know, I know our friend Mark from Jupiter was very concerned about that fly, and I want you to know we've taken care of that problem. So anyway, so there's our chicken. And our salsa's been getting happy. So what we do now is we're just going to combine it all up in this bowl. There we go. And we're just going to mix it all up here. Now, as I said before, I don't know what our problem is here. As I said before, this dish, I wait to salt until I get it all combined. And it usually takes some salt because you really want to make that citrus flavor and that spiciness of the salsa pop. So let's see what it tastes like here. Taste a little sample here. I think it needs a little bit more salt. Okay, let's stir that up a little bit here. See what we got. Now, as I said before, we can serve this right now, or we can put it in the refrigerator, let it sit overnight, and get happy, and serve it tomorrow. And again, it's a perfect dish to make ahead of time to serve to guests for a light lunch or something like that. Actually, I think we're going to have this for dinner tonight. So, give it one more try here. Since we're not having our friends over, I guess I can use the same fork again. That's it. That's got it. So now, all we're going to do, we're going to take whatever your favorite greens are, romaine or mixed greens or Italian greens, and we're going to spoon of this right on top there. So you really have enough in this recipe for 4 meals, 4 servings. So Mary Lou and I have this tonight, and then we'll probably have it Saturday. So go ahead and bring it back up here. So I would pair this with a Sauvignon Blanc, which I think will pair well with the citrus and the spiciness. Or if you're a beer drinker, an amber lager like Dos Equis Amber or Yingling, or maybe even some fava beans and a nice Chianti. But that's pretty much Colonel Tom's chicken salsa salad. Hope if you make it, you enjoy it. Have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. We'll see you next week. In the meantime, if you're out riding your motorcycle, be aware and take care. What is going on with these things? Shit!